I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders which rule Great Millstone Well and Shalom, to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Wa Abba Babal. So this is the TikTok channel that I share reports pertaining to biblical prophecy. All right, and one of the major ones is how the women, all right, they're going to be knocked down from their high horse, and they're pretty much not going to have no answer but to lay down or get down. All right, so I got two women on here that I'm going to show, but as you can see, there's many of these women that their life fulfills prophecy in them being knocked off their high horse and being humbled. All right. So I'm only going to play two.
At this fucking point, if the cost of living keeps fucking going up, I got something for sale. And just know I'm not talking about shit in this apartment. If they give me one more motherfucking price range, whether it's food, gas, fucking bills, I'm sick of it all. I'm going to be selling it, and I'm not motherfucking playing. Just know that.
All right, so we know what she was talking about. Now, let me find the other one, which she said the same thing.
Rent is due on Wednesday. It's currently Friday. I'm short a good $350. So, taking suggestions on how to get a quick $350. Rent is due enough. I swear to God, I'm one bill away from becoming a freaky dancer, dancing for money. Do what you want me to do. Jesus Christ, help me. I swear to God.
All right, so as you saw, I played three. All right, I said I was going to play two, but when I was looking through them, I found three, which I could put up more, but the point is made. All right, these women, they're going to be humbled. All right, and they're already being humbled, and they're going to go into the point of pretty much, as they said, using their organs for money. All right, so it tells you in Isaiah 3, it says, in Isaiah 3, verse 16, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion, talking about the Israelites, are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Wanton eyes means undisciplined. They go unchecked. They pretty much could do whatever they want. They have the money to live wherever they want, however they want. And in fact, they look down on men, all right, because they don't have the same access to the same resources that are allowed to women. All right, but it's starting to hit them in the face. They're starting to hit the wall, all right, because they're alone. All right, they have a house, but they're alone. They have a car, but they're alone. They have everything, but they're alone. All right. So I decided to go back and play a couple more, just an edification of what I said. All right.
You know what, guys, I hate to say it, but they were right. Money does not make you happy because I'm still sad, sitting in my brand new car, sitting outside of my brand new house. You know what, guys, I hate to say it, but they were right. Money does not make you happy because I'm still...
See, she's alone. All right. And she don't like it. All right.
So, I could cook, but gee, why am I making all this food? I'm the only one who fucking lives here. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, look at this spaghetti. Like, that's a whole fucking pot. I'm finna feed everybody, but at this point.
See?
Where the fuck are you at? Please tell me, where are you? Because I am so freaking tired. So tired. Cause somebody please help me find my damn husband. Because this makes no sense, y'all. No sense. I should not have to work as hard as I do, bust my ass every day, pay all my bills, when my husband is out there living his best life. And I don't know why he think that shit is cool, but it's not. Tell him to hurry up and get his ass over here.
And I'm not saying that any of these women are wife material, all right? Because they're definitely not, all right? They're loud and obnoxious. And honestly, you'd be better off alone than being with these loudmouth, disrespectful women that take you for granted, all right?
So I just got more bad news. Apparently, I won't be able to stay in the place that I thought I was going to be able to stay too much longer. They basically told me I only have till tomorrow, so I have to leave here tomorrow. I have less than $10 to my name. I used the last of the money to put some oil in my car and treatment, and I put gas in my car, and I got myself something to eat. That's pretty much the last of my money. I'm very scared right now. I'm going to try to go back to Houston because at least there I'm a little bit more comfortable, and I may be able to find a friend that'll let me stay for a night or two. And then I'm going to continue on to the state that I want to go to because
all right, see? And these women, they've just burnt every bridge, all right? They've slept with everybody, but then with that, they backstabbed everybody, all right? And now a lot of these women that were loose, they were now going through what they call an abstinence phase, right? So a lot of these women, they don't even want to give you the box. They just want a place to stay, all right? Which the Lord's putting in the spirit of these men to pretty much put these women in the street, all right? And that's what's going to happen. If you watch the movie Book of Eli, you see that woman that the group of men in the beginning is using as a piece of bait, which, you know, if that was real, they would just be taking turns on her until they got bait, all right? But then when Eli destroyed them, right, there was a new group of men using that woman, all right? So the women are going to have a hard reality check. All right? Because women, the only thing they offer is sex. All right? And especially in war, there's really nothing a woman could give but comfort in a time of war. And we're about to go into war. We are at war. All right? It's put up all over the media about what's going on with the government shutdown, with the stopping of the food stamps, all right, because that's happening right now too, where these people are running into the stores now.
at this point, there's no point in me.
And taking food.
We got people that get food stamps that's mad because they food stamps getting taken. So they talking on TikTok saying they gonna hurt people and run up in stores if they don't get their food stamps.
See, and the number one prey is women. A man rather attack a woman than another man. So women are going to become the number one prey. All right. And there's a movie that, there's a couple movies that show that, just in being an apocalyptic scene. All right. Women are the number one prey. Even in the movie World War Z with Brad Pitt, when they're looking for medication at the grocery store, men grab his wife and try to have their way with her in the middle of all the chaos. All right, because there ain't going to be no police. All right, right now in the city of Denver, they're saying that it's a 30-minute wait just to even talk to a police officer on the phone, let alone to get them to come to your location. And it's only going to get worse the longer the shutdown happens. All right, it's only going to make it worse and worse and worse till pretty much the streets of America are going to be washed in blood, according to biblical prophecy. And the majority of that is going to come from women. Because one, they outpopulate men, and two, wisdom is not with women like it is with men. They don't have strength like a man. All right? Women, once again, are for comfort. All right? They're not made for war. All right? So they're going to become the biggest victims out here. All right? Them and children. So once again, it says in Isaiah 3:16, which we put out these videos to warn the Israelites so that they might repent and be saved at the return of Yahweh's son Yahushai. It says, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion, the Israelites, are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks, meaning they're very proud and they're undisciplined. All right. Once again, they've been with all kinds of men. They're pretty much sinful creatures, worse than men. All right. Men are sinful, but women are on another level because Satan comes right through them. All right. It says, walking and ministering as they go, making and tinkling with their feet. Once again, they got all the resources at their fingertips. So now they walk on cloud nine. But once again, like I said, and I showed you, these women are hitting the wall. All right. It's not as easy as it once was for them to do what they want.
My psychiatric medication that I've been taking for about a decade now just went up 800% in price. I don't know why.
So you're going to have a bunch of crazy people with firearms running around with no food. So they're going to cannibalize each other. And these women, they're going to eat their children. That's in the prophecies.
I even bother. My psychiatric medication that I've been taking for about a decade.
All right.
The government talking about no food stamps November. Or no food stamps because of the shutdown. No food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps. So people can't go get food right now. People will not be able to go buy food anymore. People can't even sell food stamps, even though that's kind of what they trying to stop people from selling food stamps. But the thing is, people selling their food stamps to people that need food because nobody can afford food at this giving moment. So
All right, and it's only going to get worse. All right, once again, it's only going to get worse.
Hey, so I work for the welfare office in my local county. I'm in Pennsylvania, and we received an email this afternoon, that SNAP benefits, food stamp benefits, if the federal government is still shut down, will not be released in November.
All right.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, bruh, but why the fuck is nobody hiring?
My transmission blew up on my way home, and I'm literally fucking homeless. Literally about to move my shit into a storage unit. Oh, there's the fucking tow truck.
All right, these women are losing it. All right, they were proud because they made a deal with the devil where they could have a job, they could have a house, they could have a car, they could sleep with as many men as they want without any punishment going their way. But now the Lord is catching up with them, all right, and they're catching up to the prophecy of where they lose. All right, these women are going to lose. They're going to lose everything.
I'm so single. My phone is so dry. Like, I don't talk to no one. I have no roster. I have no ex I can go back to. Like, I got nothing. I have, like, literally, I don't even go on dates. Like, it's gotten to a point where it's like, I'm so accustomed to being single and living on my own that I don't know if I could break this. You know what
So she's mentally ill. She's literally like this lady. All right.
My psychiatric medication that I've been taking for about a decade now just went up 800% in price.
And why do they got to take these things? Is because they're afraid. All right. A woman is afraid without a man. All right. Women think that they need a man to pay for them, but they need a man for much more than money. They need a man to feel safe. They need a man to guide them. Not to be a partner with them, but to guide them like a daddy.
Get married, right? Get married. Let's say have a family. Live the American dream. Well, I'm here. I'm waiting.
See? And these women, they rack up bodies. They have all these guy friends that they have one night stands with or a drunken night with. And then they're supposed to be marriageable, right? Which the Lord ain't going to allow men to have mercy on these women.
Do anybody else feel like they just in an isolation period where it's like you wake up by yourself, you go to sleep by yourself, you go eat by yourself, you go to work, you come home, and you just do the same things over?
See, she don't have a husband. She don't have a family to help pretty much make her time feel purposeful. All right? So I think that's enough. The point's been made. All right? These women are once again hitting the wall of life, reality. All right? And it ain't going to be a pretty sight. It ain't. You're going to see these women getting tossed in the streets. All right? Because there ain't going to be no police to protect them. There ain't going to be no 911. Alaska has had, there's places in Alaska that's been lacking electricity for 26 days. All right? So there ain't no 911. There ain't no power. And then if you have a storm go through, there won't be no roads. If there's an earthquake, there won't be no roads. All right? So it says in Isaiah 3 verse 17, therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, which the women, they lose their hair because that shows that they're Israelites and they're under the curses just like the men. All right, even though they're able to get more money in this wicked society and get more authority, all right, there's curses that are upon the Israelite women showing that they are of the nation of Israel. And Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon. So he's going to take away everything. He's going to take away your car. He's going to take away your house, your apartment. He's going to take away your friends. He's going to take away your cell phones. He's going to take away your jobs. He's going to take away even your men. It tells you in 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. It says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, which they didn't get married. That's going to be the shame on them. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Shame on them. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers, which the husband is not a helper to the wife. The wife was created to be a helper, and a man is not supposed to have one wife. He's supposed to have wives and concubines. And that's how selfish these women are, that they're so hateful towards not just the men, but themselves. To the point that at least if they had a sister wife, right, they still have support like Naomi and Ruth, which Ruth was married to Naomi's son, but both of their husbands died. But they were able to travel together back to the homeland of Naomi, which was an Israelite, and Ruth was able to be redeemed redeeming Naomi by Boaz. All right, but these women, they don't even have female friends. All right, let alone relatives that will even do anything for them. All right, so they're literally all alone. All right, it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. So all these men that you see, they're going to die, and they've already been dying. All right, they're being sent to war. They're being sent to prison. They're being deported. They're being poisoned. All right, and it's going to get much worse when there's a lack of bread and great tribulation, to the point where men are afraid. It says, and their husbands shall perish of famine, no food. All right, so the Lord's bringing out great judgment upon these women. All right, as he is doing the men, but once again, the women outnumber the men, because men are supposed to have multiple women. But once again, everything is set up to honor the woman, right? The wicked rule, so they put the woman in a position of power, and now that everything is going sour, she has no power. It says in Isaiah 3 verse 19, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings and the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. So women literally lost their natural use of being a woman, which a woman was created to comfort a man and to bear children with man. All right, and a woman was supposed to only have one man. All right, and she's not really supposed to be dealing with a bunch of men, not even in conversation. There ain't no such thing as a boyfriend. All right, and this is why great shame is going to be upon these modern women. All right, and especially the Israelite woman. All right, because the Lord is bringing judgment upon the earth. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground, because she's involved, she's tied into the system of Babylon the Great. And Babylon is going into the dust of the earth. All right? Let me see. All right, so Isaiah 47 verse 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, talking about America. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, which they're forfeiting the throne because of deceitful dealings that has caused injuries to the Israelites. O daughter of the Chaldeans, which this place is built in the image of these ancient kingdoms that were in the past, like Egypt and Rome or Babylon, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So just like the king is, so is the citizens. So what you're seeing these women go through, this is what America is becoming. This is why they're saying America is worse than a third world country, because a third world country has a future. America has no future, just like these women that have been ran through. They don't know how to love a man. They don't know how to comfort a man. They're selfish and they're used up. So they're no good for a man. They don't know how to shut up, right? And this is why they're not able to live anywhere. because they're loud, they're wild, they're disrespectful, right? So the Lord is using these judgments to tell our people to repent, just as he has the prophets which are telling you to repent. It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, which this place was a place where everybody wanted to come because they thought they could get rich. Take the millstones and gird and grind mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. So just like you're seeing these women and their shame being put on the internet and sent all over the world for people to see, well, that's how the destruction of Babylon is going to be. All right, everyone's going to see the destruction of this whore. It says, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All right? And that's what's happening now to these women. I see it every day. Every day. They put up videos of how they went from 17 to 40, and it was pretty much a blink of an eye. They slept with every guy. They've had all kinds of jobs and different relationships. A lot of them even had relationships with even other women. All right? So their whole past is just a blur, and they call it baggage. Which ain't no man in a time of war, especially in a time of war, trying to deal with a woman and a bunch of baggage. All right? In fact, the Lord's going to put it on men to really only want the virgins. All right? And you could see that in the movie called Waterworld. In that time, there was only 2 women on that boat, and he wanted the younger one. You see, and I just seen another one, Eucilium with Matt Damon, and when they kidnap the 2 women, they're gonna get the older one, but they're threatening her with the younger one. Now, hey, we'll take this young one and do what we want with her if you don't act right. See, so that's what they're gonna do. All right, and that's what's gonna happen in America. America is gonna be abused until it's literally wiped off the face of the earth by nuclear destruction from its allies and enemies, the NATO nations and the UN nations being its allies, and the BRIC nations being its enemies. They're going to shoot nuclear missiles on this whore. And a good way of showing that it's a whore, the Bible prophesies of, is the consuming of this place, which is like no other country, as well as what they just did of bringing in foreign troops. They're building a Qatar Air Force facility in Idaho because America is the hoe. And that's why it produces nothing but hoes. And they're all going to get the same judgment, shame and condemnation. Shalom to the elect, wa abab abam.